A negotiable instrument of deposit is a signed document that promises payment to a specified person or assignee. In other words, it is a formalized type of IOU, which is a document that acknowledges the existence of a debt. A transferable, signed document that promises to pay the bearer a sum of money at a future date or on demand. The fund amount list on the document includes the specific amount promised and must be paid in full either on demand or at the specified time. It can be transferred from one person to another, and once the instrument is transferred, the holder gains full legal title to the instrument. For an instrument to be negotiable, it must be signed with a mark or signature by the marker of the instrument. This entity or person is known as the drawer of fund. Common example of negotiable instrument includes personal check, cashier's check, money order certificate of deposit CDS, promissory note, and traveller's check.
So, how NIDs work? There are 5 key points. First is issuance and ownership. Bank will issue a negotiable instrument of deposit to acknowledge a deposit made by a client. Physical or electronic NID may be issued, but it depends on bank's policies and legal requirements. Second is negotiability. NID is negotiable, which means it can be transferred from one party to another person. To claim the money, the NID holder may show it to the issuing bank. Third one is usage. NIDs are mainly utilized as collateral for loans between banks or in interbank transactions. They are easier financial transaction and liquidity management in banking industry. Next is regulation. Each nation or jurisdiction, unique banking law and regulation apply to NIDs. The integrity and dependability of NIDs as financial instruments are preserved by this regulation, which guarantee that the correct procedure for their issuance, transfer and redemption are followed. And the last one is redemption. A holder usually present their NID to the issuing bank in order to redeem it. The bank release the deposited funds to the holder or another designated recipient following verification.
Market players for the instrument. First, bank and financial institution. Providing these instruments by bank and financial institution as a method of capital raising and investment possibilities make them indispensable to the NIDs market. Next, we move to investor. Investor have two, individual investor and institutional investor. First, individual investor. Usually, they aim to produce a respectable return while protecting their cash and diversifying the assets they own. Next, institutional investor. It makes investment in NID to ensure steady revenue streams and diversify in portfolio. Institutional like endowment mutual fund, insurance account and pension funds. Next, advisor and consultant. Financial advisor. Professional who help institutional and individual investor buy NID as a part of a larger investment plan. Next, secondary market participant. The market for negotiable instrument of deposit (NID) depends on secondary market players for liquidity and proper operation.
Features of the instrument. This document exhibits a wide range of characteristics and traits. The first one is title. As named on the instrument, the payee enjoys complete ownership of the legal document. This means the title gets transferred when the note is handed over to the consecutive parties. Second is time is certain. In addition to the payee, the time is also predetermined and is certain. A payee can present the document to encash it or receive the payment as promised within the specified date or on demand. An IDS can be sold before its maturity date. Tenure range from 1 month to 10 years. Third is specific amount. Negotiable instruments specify a specific amount of money that is payable to the bearer of a signed or assigned recipient. Issued in multiple of RM50,000, minimum deposit is RM100,000 per certificate, while maximum deposit is RM10 million per certificate. And lastly, easily transferable. They can be freely transferred from one party to another by delivery or endorsement, enabling the assignment of right and obligation. The holder can transfer the document to another individual or entity without hassle.
NID offer a few benefits, and one of them is improved security posture. By having excellent detecting network level attack, it is able to protect data and provide protection to devices connected to the network. NID also capable of identifying unusual data, internal and external, within a network. Next, real-time analysis. NID have the faster response in time. They have the ability to detect instruction in real time. When there is any suspicious activity, it allows system administrators to take prompt action, including blocking the instruction source, by providing a real-time alert. A faster action is to prevent a serious security breach and minimize the potential of loss. The third one, forensic analysis. NID gather and store network traffic data related to the security incident. After an occurrence, the data will be examined. By analyzing collected traffic, security teams can determine which systems were affected and thus implement the appropriate ways to prevent such incident in the future. Lastly, compliance with regulation. They're monitoring the network to ensure the organization maintain a strong security posture to secure sensitive data and prevent potential breaches that are compliant with the industry standards.
Moving on the benefits of investing negotiable instruments of deposits. The first benefit is principal protection if held to maturity. It refers to the assurance that the initial investment amount will be preserved, typically if the investment is held to maturity. Next one is exposure to diverse assets and tenors. This can make investors be able to select the types of investments, assets to which they desire, exposure throughout the variety of tenors, and it helps to build a strong investment portfolio. The third one is it can reduce investment costs. Reducing investment costs in negotiable instruments of deposits can be a successful method to increase net returns. And lastly, negotiable instruments of deposit is convenient and flexible because it can make financial transactions more easy. Also, it can be customized according to the investor's requirements.
So, for the conclusion, NID is a written document that ensures the holder or designated receiver of receiving a certain amount of money. In financial transaction, it is used as a transfer and payment method. NIDs are useful in financial transactions because of features like transferability, unconditional payment, particular amount, and payment terms. NIDs play a crucial role in the financial system by promoting credit creation, allowing money to move freely between the parties, and fostering economic expansion. They offer a foundation for dependability and confidence. NIDs have their own advantages and disadvantages. It depends on the user how they take advantage and fully use the advantages of these money market instruments. That's all from us. Thank you.